Over 900 people from across the country and the world attended Sabe Kc 2010 to celebrate the self-advocacy movement. Celebrating 20 years of self-advocacy.
Hello, Sabe in conference. It's happy birthday to SABE and the ADA. We are making strides, but there's a lot more that we have to do. We have to make our voices heard louder. We have to speak stronger. As this conference say, jazz it up. That's what we have to do, jazz up self-advocacy. We have to make that move, and only we can make a difference. We want to live. We want to be in the community. That's our goals. That's our dreams. And our dreams are just as important as everyone else's.
I'm really, really proud to have Kansas City be the host of this conference. You're on the front end of what should be a lot of fun and a lot of productivity. I hope you get a chance to explore downtown. I hope you get a chance to go to the Liberty Memorial, Union Station, and all those sorts of things.
Whoa, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
Pick one name or the other, I wish you would.
Reflecting on the past 20 years.
'Cause the names you call me say that I'm no good.
People were not allowed to live where they wanted to live. People were not allowed to go to school with other people. People were called the R word.
When we were trying to get the R word removed out of the legislative, from all the boards, I went up to the legislative committee and told them my story and why I wanted it removed. One of the committee's persons filibustered the bill, but the governor listened to us and signed it into law anyway.
We didn't have self-advocates speaking up for themselves. But now we're here to tell you 20 years later, look how far we came.
Oh, you changed my life.
Focusing on the present.
Look at all the things I do.
Wow, 20 years of SABE. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, it's pretty funny because I'm looking around this room and I'm thinking 20 years of SABE, self-advocates becoming empowered. So do we need to think about whether or not this is self-advocates being empowered? Because it sure feels to me like there's a lot of power in this room and we're past becoming. We've got the power.
And basically what Miss Wheelchair is all about. It's a public speaking competition. It's a program that promotes disability awareness and education. It's not a beauty contest, not like Miss America. It was so great meeting all of these women from around the world, advocating for their different causes, and just learning so much, just like here at this conference. You know, just learning from people and learning how they did it and learning from their experiences and being able to share my experience.
20 years after the founding of SABE, how do we make sure we all have meaningful relationships in our lives? How do we, the family members and the allies and the supports get the heck out of the way and let you lead. You're doing a phenomenal job, sometimes despite us.
I'm living on my own after 20 some odd years that I've been like fighting with my parents, and I'm really close to my dad but not close to my mom because my mom thinks of me as a disability kid and not as a child, so it kind of like tears me up inside.
And how do we assist you to pursue an agenda of self-determination and empowerment while acknowledging that we all need each other? We're all interdependent. We all need support. I couldn't be standing here today if I didn't have people supporting me every single day, regardless of whether or not we have a disability. And we're really glad to be partnering with SABE on so many different efforts. We really need to work together to achieve self-determination and interdependent relationships so that people can live in supportive communities where they are welcomed and happy and loved. And where we can all take chances together.
I have my own place. I live in my own apartment. I work. I drive a car to certain places. I have very good parents. And they really support me. I like to listen to music, and I love my ballroom dancing. I've been doing that for 2 years. And this February, I will be competing in our big, it's called the Oklahoma Challenge, and it's our big competition.
The 69 breakout sessions were led by self-advocates discussing self-advocacy, self-determination, and social capital.
And heroines show us where we're going and where we've been. We look to them for what they did, then back to ourselves again. Heroes and heroines, people labeling people. She knew how it can hurt. In Oregon in '73, she started People First. Heroes and heroines show us where we're going and where we've been. We look to them for what they did, then back to ourselves again.
I'm Candace Cunningham. I'm 19 years old and I have cerebral palsy. I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy when I was 2 years old, and I have accomplished a lot of things throughout my years. I was mainstream through my school years. I really enjoyed going to school. I was always in regular classes, I guess, and I had lots of friends. I have a part-time job. I graduated with a 3.7. I learned how to drive a car by myself. I now attend Longview Community College. After my second year, I went to transfer to Kc to study education for early childhood.
So thank you to Candace, that was great. So we're going to talk about now, using Candace's story as an example, we're going to talk about the different parts of a story and how you can really make your story very powerful using these different ideas. Here's what I think gives you all credibility to tell your story and to be confident about it. And that is that you have lived your experiences, right? It's your lives and you are the experts in it. And so that gives you your credibility. An important way to express emotion, one of the important things, and I think someone has mentioned it before, is speaking from your heart, right? Yeah. So when you're thinking about your own story and you're telling about, you know, something happy, sad, frustrating, whatever you come up with, be sure you speak directly from your heart.
And my story about self-determination comes from education. And I always knew that I wanted to go to college so I could be a self-advocate for people with disabilities as well as be a self-advocate for myself.
Self-determination and building social capital.
And the last one is the importance of being connected to people who can help you. And why I think this one is really important is because I think that my disability has offered me many opportunities to meet many different people. And because I've met many different people, I've been able to do many different things and to help the self-advocacy movement grow.
My mom is quite sick these days, and my father could say, well, because Liz has a disability, all she can do is keep her company. And that's fine, and I love doing that. But I also would like to help her. And on Wednesday, there was an emergency that she really needed help with, and I just pitched in. It wasn't that Liz had a disability, who would help your mother. I just was there. And that made me feel really proud.
I enjoyed this conference. I think I'm learning a lot, and I had a goal for myself that I set while I was coming to the conference. I was going to meet 3 people from 3 different areas and make contact with them and exchange addresses and phone numbers and emails and keep in touch with them. I've succeeded in doing that, so I met my goal.
More importantly, social capital means you're connected to people that you can help. And I really think for self-advocates, helping others is terribly important. It's very meaningful. We all want to help other people. It makes them feel better, it makes us feel better, and it increases trust.
I volunteer for a Catholic charity, and it's basically very important to me that I come back and give back to the community and think about all the people that have done it in the past. So.
Self-Determination Showcase, highlighting over 50 poster presentations.
Everyone you meet has a story all their own. You are different from me, but we don't have to stand alone. People first, we're people first. People first, we're people first. How the trouble in the world, the promised land.
Focusing on the present, looking to the future.
What self-determination means to me is to be able to make my own decisions and to understand how to make those decisions. So to make informed decisions, to be able to have the money I need to be able to make the decisions I want to make come true. So to have self-directed supports.
We've got a long way to go, as you all know better than anyone else, but we have come some way. And you know, the great thing about the SABE conference is it's a chance to celebrate all the progress that we and you have made. So, you know, when I think about issues of self-determination, as Nancy has said, I think it's really important to just remember it's about making things happen in your own life, causing things to happen as opposed to somebody else making things happen to you or for you. So one last question, Nancy, and then I'll quit embarrassing you. So what do we still have to do? Have we done everything we need to do? Can we hang up our hats and go away?
Close down the institutions and have people be a part of their community. To close all sheltered workshops and have people have real jobs with real money.
Brian, you have too many things to learn before you could be in the community and work. Now, Brian, don't get too discouraged. Maybe someday, when you put the cups and the pencils together, we will help you get a job in the community. Until then, you can have some milk and cookies at break time and talk with your friends in the sheltered workshop where you're happy.
You're part of a revolution. You're part of a movement. And this is where you get your batteries recharged. And you get together with friends who remind you how important it is what you do.
And I'm self-determined in fashion because I have my own sense of fashion. My style is kind of different than a lot of others. Well, my clothes kind of relate to my personality.
And self-determination and what kind of choices I make is where I want to live and where I want to work in my life. Where I think dreams can come true in people's life.
But I'd like to present to Kelly for SABE tonight this resolution from the Missouri House of Representatives. And whereas the mission of SABE is to ensure that people with disabilities are treated as equals and that they are given the same decisions, choices, rights, responsibilities, and chances to speak up, to empower themselves, opportunities to make new friends, and to learn from their mistakes. And whereas SABE believes that all institutions, both private and public, should be closed, that all people, regardless of the severity of their disabilities, should live in the community with the support they need.
A formal evening. Eunice Kennedy Shriver's actions helped open people's minds to the gifts and talents of individuals with intellectual disabilities. Acts of unity were enacted across the world on this day to commemorate Eunice's life.
I do, folks, is I write children's books. I've written 7 children's books in the Gun Lake Adventure series, which are for sale, $5 each. Remember, I'm a capitalist, so if I don't sell them, I'm not doing my job. I come into the world 3.5 months premature, 1 pound, 4 ounces. They took my body, put me in an incubator, walked up to my dad and they said, dude. Okay, they probably didn't call him dude. Pete, your wife just gave birth to a little boy, but you need to understand his heart, his lungs, his brain isn't fully developed. The people at the table will tell you that my brain still isn't fully developed. And you need to understand, he was born too weak. He's not going to live an hour. Well, I proved him wrong, of course. Those leg braces that defined me, I looked like a character in Forrest Gump. The braces ran all the way up to my waist, and my mother placed me in a van that took me to an institutionalized school on the hill, a school out of my own school district. First hour was swimming. Second hour was PE. Third hour was physical therapy. Fourth hour was occupational therapy. Fifth hour was lunch. After lunch, we had nap time. My favorite subject. I'm going to run for the State Board of Education in the state of Michigan. Next year, my platform is going to be nap time for all, and I'm going to win. Ladies and gentlemen, after nap, we had a little bit of math, a little bit of English, and we were sent home. No training, no education, and my mother made me read my sister's homework, or read to me what I didn't understand, so I would learn it, because she said to me, they're not giving you an education. Next year, you're not going to school here anymore, you're going to school with your sisters. I was the first student legally mainstream in the state of Michigan under Public Law 94-142. Now, that's not my doing. I was in 4th grade. That's my father's doing. That's my mother's doing. They pounded the state capitol steps and said, our kid needs an education because he needs to get a job. Ladies and gentlemen, they did that for me. And now, together, we do that for each other. What you've decided to do today, and for the 20 years you've been in existence, is to make sure we not only take care of ourselves, but we take care of each other. Because you know what? We gotta have each other's backs. Because if we don't have each other's backs, we can't make it happen. 46 years ago, my parents sat in a doctor's office, and they were told that I would become the stereotypical man on the corner without an advocate, selling pencils for pennies because nobody would want me. And they showed my parents the corner, and they showed my parents a person in a chair in 1963 doing exactly that. Well, a few short weeks ago, my friends, I got a phone call from a friend who said he's doing a photojournalism on folks in the community where I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Can I take your photo? He took my photo. And yes, I was wearing a pink shirt. And as he took my photo, I never expected this. But 2 weeks later, he called me and said, can you meet me on the corner of Wealthy and Division? The same corner where I was supposed to be, where I would amount to nothing. There's a school of art and design, and there's something called Art Prize in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the largest art competition in the world, which was kicked off last week. And I became part of a mural that stands 60 feet tall. And for a man who could never stand up, I told my mother, Didn't tell her why, but I said, you know that corner where I was supposed to sell pencils? I want you to walk south up the street, and I want you to look up. And I was on the cell phone with her, and she looked up, and my dad said, I think your mom just passed out. You're huge. Your nostrils are really big. And my mom said, I wish that doctor was alive today because you're 60 feet tall. Well, my friends, I'm 60 feet tall on a building because of people like you and what you stand for.
SABE 2010 board elections.
I'm determined to lead us to true inclusion. 100% true inclusion.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was agree with them, but we need the workshop. We need to close down the workshop. We also need to disabilities have the right to live where they want to live, and disabilities have the right where they want to live there.
I want to work on the SABE board. I want to work on the SABE board. We can do it.
Okay, I will pass the mic over to these guys and let them say a few words.
Can you say would not be sorry?
John says, thank you, that SABE will not be sorry.
Now, for the person that will be leading SABE, your new president will be and is from Indiana, Betty Williams.
Just like everybody else. But I'd like to say thank you for your support and your belief in me and the rest of this executive committee. We'll do our best for you. So thank you.
Focusing on the future.
When the ADA passed, and the people in power said, well, disability rights is done, right? You've got the ADA, what more do you need? But we said, well, we want more than that. We want the ADA to be enforced, we want services and supports, and we want to control how they are, not have other people control us through them. And we fought for that. We've fought for that. That's what the self-advocacy movement is all about. Fighting for our rights.
Done a lot of good work in the advocacy field. I've even received several awards. And right now I'm currently under consideration to be on the advisory board for the Connecticut Office of Protection and Advocacy. And all this would never have happened if I didn't come into the state of Connecticut in the Ability Beyond Disability program. I would have ended up maybe even in some institution or even in jail. And I feel that, you know, I'm advocating for people to get the help that they should get, and that's why I'm what I've been fighting for. I don't want anyone to go through with the difficulties I had, and that's my story.
We heard that community means we have the power, and an institution means they have the power. Now, who should have the power, us or them? Again. One more time. That's right. And you know what? We're going to send that message straight to Washington, D.C. I want us to say one time, maybe a few more times than one time, loud enough for them to hear us in Washington, D.C. The slogan of the self-advocacy movement, nothing about us without us. Again.
But everybody understands tokenism. So we were teaching people with disabilities each step of the line. You go from the 10 to the 20 to the 30 until you make it to be fully included on that board. Not just as a token, as a voice, as a contributor, not as a special interest to them because they had to have that disabled person.
This conference gave us the chance to look back at our history. We have come a long way to celebrate 20 years and 20th anniversary of SABE. It may be very important to look back at our history, but it absolutely does not mean we are going back. There will be no more back in the day.
I hope this video help rest the people. You can speak loud and be calm. Don't make me be the R-word. Do not put the label on me.
I think there's a new self-advocacy movement. We're moving. The self-advocacy movement is morphing. You know, before it was like, you know, how do I say this? Before it was like, you know, we're proud to have a disability, right? You know, we're fighting out there. We're showing our disability. And now I think it's more about being comfortable in your own skin. You know, it's more about, I'm not going to keep up with the Joneses. I spent a lot of my life keeping up with the Joneses, right? I can do whatever you can do, you know, and kind of being that kind of token person with a disability and saying, well, you have a job, well, I can get a job too, and just kind of always having to prove myself. And so now that I'm like in my 30s, I think it's really interesting because I'm like, you know, I don't have to prove myself. This is not proving that we are equal. This is not proving that we are people first. We're just going to be people.
Now it is your turn to imagine a better future for all of us. So ask yourself, what are your dreams? Right beside me, there is a dream catcher standing there. And what I would like some of you to do, as I need 10 of you to write down your dreams, think very carefully. And after you think very carefully about what your dreams are, please come up here and place your dreams right on this dream catcher. And I would like you to say what your dreams are as you come up here one at a time and place them right here on this dream catcher that I have right beside me.
To have a group in every state.
To increase use of technology to increase independent living.
I've had a dream job of to have my own desk and stuff like that. So my dream job came about one day when I walked into the DDS office in Connecticut, or what was then DMR, Department of Developmental Services. And I saw a job opening for self-advocate coordinator, and I applied for it. And it took a long time to hear about it, but eventually I heard about it, and I got the job, and I was happy.
My dream is to see no more waiting lists and no more institutions in the whole U.S. of A. Thank you and have a good day.
We were gonna write about living the life we want to live.
A number of self-advocates who attended contributed their ideas and helped create a song about the conference's themes and what was important about self-advocacy.
So come on, sing along, sing along, sing along, sing along,
Sing along,
sing along,
sing along,
sing along. We were gonna write about voting in the Sabe election, choosing my own direction, respect and inclusion, saying it's time to close the institution. So everybody sing along, sing along,
sing along, sing along,
sing along, sing along,
Sing along.
The Sabe Kc 2010 conference was full of memorable moments. It was a weekend of empowerment, celebration, learning, storytelling, friendship, and fun.
Are you guys ready to party?
So you guys ready to get the party started?
Wasn't this a great day? I got no doubts about that. I met some people I could talk to. Now I'm on the right track. Gonna get what I got coming. Find out who I am. Look at the world tomorrow. Dance and dance and dance. All I wanna do is dance and dance and dance. People giving me a hard time back where I come from. Now I see things in a new way. Won't let it bother me none. They don't know who's coming. They'll find out who I am. Look at the world tomorrow. But tonight, all I want to do is dance and dance and dance. All I want to do is dance and dance and dance. Down and make you feel, how to make me feel. Never knew this could be real. All I want to do is dance and dance and dance. All I want to do is dance and dance and dance. Don't it make you feel? Now to make me feel. Never knew this could be real. You take another deep breath and we'll dance and dance and dance. All I want to do is dance and dance and dance.
Stand together, side by side. We're gonna see our lives
get better and better. If we stand together. From Connecticut to California, from Washington to Tennessee, from Pennsylvania to Alaska, we're a national family. Stand together for our rights. Stand together, side by side. We're gonna see our lives get better and better if we stand together. We got a chance now to make a difference, not just for me and you, but for the coming generations. So let's show the world what we gotta do. Stand together for our rights. Stand together, side by side. We're gonna see our lives get better and better if we stand